I am sugar nips, a large pair of pincers with sharp blades. In the 1800s, raw sugar was sold in cone-shaped loaves. Sugar loaves were very hard to break up. First, they had to be pounded with a mortar and pestle. Then, I was used to cut the sugar into smaller usable pieces, and the sugar was finally sifted through a sieve to remove any chunks. In the 1800s, sugar was becoming more accessible but was still a highly prized commodity. The mistress of the house would be in charge of the sugar nips because the sugar was very expensive. Before 1800, the sugar was kept in a locked box because it was so precious. People who could afford sugar were wealthier and would have their house servants or chefs cut up the loaves. This was different in Britain because as they established sugar plantations in the Caribbean islands, their sugar prices fell drastically and all levels of society could purchase sugar. Sugar nips were made of fine silver for the wealthy, but also in a plainer iron version too. They would generally be manufactured by a blacksmith in the United States, but the most elaborate and expensive ones were made in England. Indeed, my use indicates wealth and social status. The higher grade metal I am made of, the wealthier my owners are. I was used in the 1800s, but soon fell out of use due to sugar becoming increasingly refined, coming in granules rather than loaves. Sugar was used everywhere, and thus many important events surrounded it. Sugar was the engine of the slave trade. The history of every nation in the Caribbean and Americas was influenced in some way by sugar. Sugar slavery was the main component of the trade's triangle, as slaves were imported to work on sugar plantations. For 3 centuries, sugar made up one-third of Europe's economy. As sugar became a more widespread crop, its transition from luxury item to everyday spice drastically changed the economic and social world. It became a staple in diets, and slavery grew with it. When slavery was banned in Britain and the United States, the slack was taken up by Haiti and Cuba. In 1858, the mason jar was invented, causing canning to become very popular, and the demand for white sugar increased. Then, high fructose corn syrup was invented, and today we are trying to move away from sugar. The craving for it is the evolutionary mutation that once saved us, but is now killing us.